Hi, Todd Pouliot, Gateway Financial. Thanks again for coming back. Feel free to visit us at mygatewaymoney.com. Today's video, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about simple and SEP IRAs. And I know the big one is 401k, but we're going to push that off to the side today and talk about small business retirement planning. So our business owner clients may be searching for a retirement plan opportunity that benefits their employees as well as themselves without incurring the burdensome cost or administration complexity. So SEP and simple IRAs can be a great alternative to 401ks. Each offers attributes that could be attractive depending on your situations and circumstances. And comparing these two options can be rather difficult, and there's multiple factors to weigh. So we've created this flow chart here that helps guide us through that SEP and simple IRA analysis. And it's a series of decision points. And we want to collect the information necessary to guide our clients through the best decision. It covers pertinent factors such as business owner goals and preferences, size of the business and employee headcount, employer and employee ability to contribute. Sometimes I refer to those as EE or ER. And again, contribution minimums and limits. So I'm going to go ahead and do what we always do and share our screen and show you what we're talking about. And again, specific to SEP and simple. And we're not going to get into all the data points, contribution limits, and all the details, but this will be a beginner's guide to help you say, hey, this is the direction I want to go down before I learn all the nitty gritty. So do you have more than 100 employees who have earned more than $5,000 a year each in the last year? Well, yes. Well, then you're automatically put into that SEP IRA. You cannot do a simple plan for more than 100 employees. Simple is what it sounds like. It is simple, and it's meant for small employee number count. So we want to make sure that we head that direction. I will tell you, I have personally never seen a SEP IRA more than 20. So once you've hit this employee count, just understand you're probably not talking about either of these. You are probably talking about a 401k, but understand legally that you are eliminated from a simple plan over 100 employees. So obviously, if the answer is no, do you want to allow employee contributions? And again, I try to put emphasis on E versus R. So no, I don't want employee contributions. Consider a SEP IRA. It is only employer contributions. Literally had a phone call about this today where somebody called, they were making a contribution over the IRA allotment or allowable amount this year. And I said, well, that's obviously the employer, not an employee, because it's a SEP contribution, which can only be an employer contribution. So it's funny when you talk to people, they really don't know what the differences are. If you do want employee contributions, consider a simple. It allows deferrals up to the lesser of 100% of their salary or $14,000. 17,000 if you're over age 50, in addition to employer contributions. So that's a pretty good number. We don't see a lot of small employers or micro employers with a lot of very high contribution amounts or average account contribution. So we want to look at that amount. Is that kind of where we'd like to be in? And sometimes I don't even see the employer contributing enough. They're trying to put money back into the business. So this may be a good alternative to a 401k plan. So we're going to slide over here. Are you willing to make and able to make regular annual contributions to employees' accounts? Again, able to make, yes. Consider the simple IRA. It requires an employer to either make a non-elective contribution, again, non-elective 2% to an employee's salary, or to match employee deferrals up to 3% of such employee salary, or 1% in 2 of the prior 5 years. Be careful when you're talking about this. This is free money to the employee. So as the employer, you want to say, do I want to help out those who are helping out themselves? That's the 3%. Or do you want to kind of safe harbor that and take all of that away and make everybody even and say, I'm making a non-elective 2% contribution to everybody equally at that 2% of salary or income or whatever they earned that year if they're an hourly employee. If no, consider a SEP. I'm not sure what each and every year brings. Consider a SEP IRA. It does not require an employer to make any minimal annual contributions. However, any contribution must be made equally to eligible employees. So be very aware that if you have a banner year in your small micro business and you want to make a very large contribution to yourself as the owner, because you're on payroll, you're going to be making a very large contribution to each and every one. So that's why we don't see very large SEP IRA employers or companies with a lot of employees, because those numbers can get out of hand very fast. Let's assume your business has grown by 300% in one quarter because you've had a banner year. That could be extremely costly for you. And do you want to maximize the potential total annual funding of accounts? Boy, I certainly do. I want to maximize my contributions. Consider a SEP IRA, which will allow employer contributions up to the lesser 25% of an employee's salary, or $61,000 per year. That's fantastic number. That's a number you cannot have inside of a 401k. So I'm a small business owner. I might be the only employee, or it's just me and my spouse, or it's me and my best friend, or whatever your small group is for that business. You can save so much more than you could save in a traditional 401k. And that's where that SEP plan seems to shine. And again, there's a lot of other plans, and I will be making a video on other small business plans, cash balance plan, defined contribution, 401k plans. But we're just talking about two very easy plans to understand. Do you want to minimize the number of plan participants? This is sometimes called a carve out. I don't want everybody in this plan. Have your employees tended to be seasonal, part-time, and or short-term? Let's say that answer is no. Consider a simple plan, which must be offered to only those employees who have compensation of at least $5,000 in either the prior 2 years and are expected to earn at least $5,000 from your business this year. That takes care of all your temporary workers that come in, or somebody that might just be an intern for a little while. You can carve out some of those. And if they are part-time, consider the SEP. And those are only available to age 21 or older and have worked for you in 3 of the last 5 years. So those are some issues that you want to look at, is maybe I don't want to be contributing to everybody. And that may change your decision on SEP versus simple. And back over here, I don't really care about minimizing. Is it possible that withdrawals must be needed within your first 2 years of participation in the plan? Yes, we may need some withdrawals. Consider a SEP, because withdrawals from the first 2 years from a simple are subject to an early withdrawal penalty of 25% instead of 10% for a SEP when taken before age 59 and a half. And again, there's some exceptions to that rule, but that's a strong penalty on top of your normal income tax rate. So huge penalty for drawing earlier. And if it's a no, well, note that neither a SEP IRA nor a simple IRA allows loans. That's something that some people don't really think about. What do you mean I can't get a loan for this or for that? That's a really strong way to consider a 401k plan. A 401k plan, I am not a proponent of loans inside of the plan document. However, there's always hardship withdrawals. So be careful that, what plan you choose today you will have for hopefully several years, but also allow yourself to pivot. And they do not affect your contribution limit for Roth or traditional IRA, but may affect the deductibility later. Again, that's why you always hear me tout, make sure you're working with a real good accountant like we have here at our office, and make sure you understand the tax planning strategies. So hopefully I taught you a little bit something today that's a little different. 401k plans are fantastic plans, how they are originally designed. And the costs have greatly reduced with the amount of technology that we have today and automation. They're much, much easier to operate today with our 401k plans with employers. And SEP and Simple are even less costly if you can get them done right. But I will tell you, there are 401k plan offerings that are out there that we could help you with that might be just as inexpensive. And I don't use the word cheap, I just mean inexpensive, because you want to keep those costs and fees down, not only for yourself as a business owner, but also as an employee of that business, to do what's right by your employees. Ultimately, I think the goal of these plans is to help people retire with dignity and stay retired with dignity. So really look strongly what those options are. I'm just showing you two today, the SEP and the Simple, and we'll bring you more videos about 401ks, defined contributions, 403bs, and a lot of the other plans that are out there available for retirement. But again, thank you so much to our subscriber. Please hit those thumbs up, and we really need those subscribers to stay with us and share our message. We're trying to bring you education at your level, and we're trying to help teach people about finances and all the things that are out there. And we're closing up on video 50 here, and we appreciate you guys being along for the ride with us. Thanks, and have a great day.